So I get asked a lot of questions about my setup that I have here, and yes, this is a deep freeze. I looked at buying a lot of different cold plunges, and I didn't want to spend $2,000 to $3,000 on a fancy one. So I looked at some ice troughs or some troughs from the local hardware stores, but I also didn't want to fill it full of ice and water every time I wanted to use it. So I found a guy on YouTube that actually built one out of one of these deep freezes. This one is a Frigidaire. It's 14 cubic feet. Cost about $600. And then what I did was I used a bunch of sealant on it to seal up all the cracks around all the edges. And then I flex sealed it and put some plumber's tape around the drain. And then I bought a cool little unit by Inkbird that has a thermometer attached to it. And so you put that in the water and then you plug the freezer into it, and it regulates the temperature to whatever you want it set at. So if you like it at 40 degrees, when the freezer gets to 40, it'll turn it off. And then as it warms up, it'll turn the freezer back on. So it's kind of a nice little unit. You can get them that you can regulate with Wi-Fi too, if you'd like. And then I built just a wood frame around it so it didn't look so ghetto on my back porch, but works pretty well. You don't need it on in the winter because it stays pretty cold. But yeah, it's a pretty good setup. The whole thing costs about $650. So way better than spending thousands on one of those fancy cold plunges. Ooh, yeah. And we're out.